If you want to build a stronger classroom community, it all begins with the first 2 minutes of your day. A simple morning greeting can help kids feel seen, make connections with their classmates, and build friendships all year long. Today, I'm sharing my favorite morning meeting greetings, and some of them just might surprise you. So let's go. The morning greeting is really about making sure that every kid in your room feels welcomed and like they're part of the group. In fact, the responsive classroom says one of the goals of morning meeting is to build positive community by fulfilling students' need to belong, feel significant, and have fun. And that's exactly what you're doing with these simple greetings. When kids greet each other by name every morning, they're practicing social skills, they're making connections with different kids, and they're building friendships. It only takes a couple minutes, but it's really a great way to start building that strong classroom community right from the beginning of the year. So there are 4 key things that you want to remember when you're doing your greetings. The first one is to always use the child's name. Whenever you or a student is greeting another person, remember to say their name. So it's "Good morning, Billy," not just "Good morning." When you say somebody's name, you're making them feel seen and important. So that's why you do that. The second thing is to incorporate some type of movement, a handshake, a friendly wave, any kind of movement in your greeting. The third thing you want to remember is to keep it inclusive. Make sure that every child is included and they feel like they're part of the greetings. And then the final thing to remember is to sort of vary the morning greetings. You don't want to always do the same exact thing like a high five every day all year, because then it just becomes repetitive and it doesn't really mean anything after a while. However, at the beginning of the year, especially, don't feel like you need a brand new greeting every day. You want to teach a greeting, practice it until kids know what to do, and then you can sort of add that to your rotation of greetings. So today, I'm going to give you some of my favorite ways to have kids greet each other that is going to, keep it fun, friendly, and get everybody involved. Plus, they're quick and easy, and they don't take up too much time. And stick around for the very last one because it's my absolute favorite. The kids love it, and I know you're going to love it too. All right, the very first greeting that you want to teach kids is just a simple handshake. A lot of kids don't really know how to do that, believe it or not. And so you want to teach them to turn to their partner, say good morning, and shake their hand. You want to teach them that whenever you greet someone, you should say their name. So they would say it like, "Good morning, Billy," and shake their hand. And then their partner would say good morning back with their name too. You can get things started by standing in the circle with the kids and then turning to the person to the right of you to greet them, and then they turn to the next person and so on till it gets all the way around the circle back to you. And then one little tip, you want to teach your greeting just like you would any other classroom routine. Model it first, practice it together, and show kids exactly what you expect. Okay, number 2 is called the beach ball rule. And all you have to do is have everybody sit in a circle, choose one person to start. They say good morning to the person across the circle from them and then roll the beach ball to them. They say good morning back using the person's name, remember, and then they just roll the ball around the circle until everybody has had a chance to participate. Sometimes kids are going to want to toss the ball, but I would try to discourage that because somebody's going to throw it really hard and it's going to fly across the room, and then somebody's got to run and get it, and it starts a whole thing. So keep it calm and just roll the ball. All right, the next one is fun, and the kids love this one. It's called shoe match. And so everybody takes off one shoe, puts it in the middle of the circle, and then you call on one kid to pick a shoe, find its owner, and then say good morning to that person. And then you just keep going till all the shoes have been matched. It's simple, and kids think it's fun. But maybe save this one for the second half of the year when everybody can tie. Otherwise, you're going to be tying 24 kids' shoes at the end of morning meeting. All right, the next one is really cute. It's called the hip bump. Everybody chooses a partner, or you can, randomly assign partners by choosing like names from sticks that are in a cup. I like to do it randomly because then kids would be saying good morning to different kids every day instead of always picking their friend. Because remember, one of the goals of your morning greetings is to build your classroom community and help everybody make friends. So in hip bump, they bump hips with their partner and say, "Bumpity bump, don't be a grump, let's have a great day." And then they say good morning to their partner. Super simple, cute, they love it. All right, number 5 is the salute greeting. And for this one, kids stand in the circle and they salute the person across from them, and then you do like a little rhyming song that says, I don't know, but I've been told, and then they repeat it. This class here is good as gold, and then they repeat it. And then they turn to the person to the right of them and they salute and say good morning and continue it around the circle. The kids really like this one because they like that little rhyming song, and it's just, a way to keep your morning greetings fresh and fun for the kids. Okay, number 6 is to teach kids how to say good morning in a different language. You can teach them to say bonjour in French or hola in Spanish. The kids absolutely love it. They think it's so cool to be able to speak in a different language. And you can make like a whole list of all the different hellos in different languages and just pick a new one each week. It's cute because the kids, you'll hear them telling other kids hello in different languages all throughout the day. They just think it's very cool. All right, the next one is the high five line. And if you've ever been to a kid's baseball game, you've seen this in action. And that's when you divide your class in half and they have one line face the other line like this, and they walk past each other. And as they do, they high five down the line and say good morning to each other. This one can be a little bit noisy because they're all talking at once, but they love it. It goes fast and it gets kids up and moving, which they love. Okay, number 8 is called Magic Wand. And this one reminds me of when I was a little girl. There was a TV show called Romper Room. And in this show, the teacher was named Miss Nancy, and she would teach a group of preschoolers about good manners and citizenship. And at the end of each show, the teacher would recite this poem, Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play? And then she would hold up this magic mirror and tell the names of some of the kids that she could see in the television screen. It was magical, and I would wait every day for her to say my name. So anytime you can make things sort of magical with kids, they love it and they are in it. So for your magic wand greeting, you could use a magic wand that you could buy or make, like one of those frozen wands or something like that. And you can go around the circle and greet each student by name and then tap them on the shoulder with the magic wand and give them a magic power for the day. You can say things like, today I give you the power of good reading, or I give you the power of being able to run the fastest on the playground, or whatever you think of that's going to motivate that kid. They love this. Kids really believe in magical things like this, and it just sort of pumps them up to think that they really have this magical power for the day. So I absolutely love that greeting. It's my favorite, and kids love it too. If you want to get even more ideas, I have a freebie with 30 different ideas for morning greetings. You can grab it down below. And if you want to learn more about things that you can do to make your morning meetings really powerful and build community, head over to this next video. Until next time, remember to make learning feel like play. Talk to you soon.